Welcome everyone to our Wellness Wednesdays with me, Dr. Mason, the Director of Clinical Education and Research for Market America and our professional division, nutraMetrix Custom Health Solutions. Today I thought it might be a worthwhile topic when we're talking about wellness to talk about the importance of the microbiome. I titled this little talk of ours, Trust Your Gut. Just by a raise of hands, how many of you have ever said, that just doesn't feel right in my gut? How many of you have ever said, and be honest, how many of you have ever said, you know what, I don't think my gut was right? In fact, more and more of us would tell ourselves, and if we're honest, we would tell other people that we've probably never said that. In fact, more often than not, we've probably said to ourselves, boy, I really wish I had trusted my gut. My gut instinct was something completely different, and I should have followed my gut instinct. There's a reason why people refer to their gut when there's chaos in their lives. There's a reason why people refer to their gut when they're nervous, even for the good jazz, right? There's a reason why people refer to their gut when they talk about this instinct, because your mind and your gut are intimately linked to one another, literally, through a cranial nerve called the vagus nerve. And so you can feel anxiety in your gut. You can feel issues with mood fluctuations and even perception in your gut. Well, there's some important things that are worth paying attention to here when it comes to helping yourself, not just with feelings of anxiety or unease, but also also improving the body's overall well-being when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to the benefits of a good night's sleep, when it comes to balancing our hormones, when it comes to micronutrient balance. Yeah, micronutrient balance. Your gut has so much to do with vitamin D utilization, with the production of things like vitamin K that is done by fermenting in the gut. What about the utilization of B vitamins? These are all key nutrients to support overall well-being. Everything from supporting healthy perception of the world around us to healthy sleep at night, or a good night's sleep, and even weight loss. Well, there happens to be a common thread when it comes to the gut biome, when it comes to issues of perception, low mood, erratic mood, or a sense of chaos, a good night's sleep, and even whittling your waist. That common thread isn't just the connection between the brain and the gut. That common thread is probiotics, and not just a couple of them, but a whole lot of them. Would any of you be surprised to find out that you have more gut bugs than you do cells in the body? Yeah, they are the majority. Your gut bugs are so diverse and they work in so many dynamic ways. Supporting that environment really comes down to making sure that you're eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right times of the day. That's not always easy to do. And so sometimes replanting, or what I like to call weeding and feeding, is a way that you can support your overall health. Even when you do make poor dietary choices, stay up too late, or run your body ragged. Even if what you're doing to run your body ragged isn't things like stress or illness, but the fact that you're just a go-getter, you're a mover. At the end of the day, no matter what we are on our health scale over here, we need to make sure that we match it on the health scale over here. We sometimes need to have a higher commitment to supplementation, while the foundation of well-being, without exception, are the non-negotiable nutrients that the body needs. Those nutrients that you can't make, so you have to take. Essential minerals, for example, like calcium and magnesium. Essential nutrients, like B vitamins. Essential fatty acids like EPA and DHA. These are the foundations of well-being. This is micronutrient balance to support your health. From there, the issue is the tissue. And the tissues, the gut biome in particular, really need to be turned on properly. Foods can definitely do that. Foods that are higher in fiber can help with this. Foods that are richer in these essential fats, like fish, can do this. Making sure that you are getting good sleep can do this. So it comes down to lifestyle medicine, right? Well, here in doing this, there are ways that we can kind of fill in gaps. We can support ourselves as we learn to sleep better, as we learn to exercise better, and even manage stress. And we're going to come back down to the strain or the common theme here, which is probiotics. Probiotics are really unique in the fact that they can weed and feed the gut. They can outcompete bad gut bugs, or what are referred to as virulence factors in the gut. This is important to note because when the gut biome, a film, or a biofilm as it's commonly referred to, is broken, we see issues around inflammation in the gut. We see issues with immunity in the gut. Some people call this leaky gut or hypergut permeability. If we can do something to kind of interlace that web and improve gut integrity, well, if we can do something to increase that microfilm or improve gut health, decreasing this hyperpermeability, that's where we start to see additional benefits, not just the acute benefits of less gas and bloating potentially, but down the road, better cardiovascular health, better mind and energy, better focus between these tissues, and that means better quality of life for everybody, right? So when we look at this, a couple of things that I want you to know about probiotics. We already mentioned that gut bugs are more prolific than all the other cells in your body, that they are in higher number than all the other cells in your body combined. Well, that's important to note. The other thing that's worth noting about probiotics or the gut microbiome, and that which builds up the biofilm in the gut, is that multiple strains have different roles. So it's important to know that you can't, if you're supplementing with probiotics or you're looking to try to eat fermented foods that happen to be somewhat dense in a particular strain of a probiotic, that's just simply not enough. It's a really good start, but it's just simply not enough to get everything that your body needs. Like antioxidants, probiotics work in synergy with each other. It's called quorum sensing. That quorum, spelled with a Q, is the way that these probiotics, gut bugs, communicate with each other. That communication allows them to have similar activity when they are in smaller numbers. What that means is that they, like an ant colony, will work together to get one particular job done. They will work to support that biofilm, that gut health, gut immunity, and overall well-being. But the more strains you have, not necessarily the more numbers of these probiotics or gut bugs that you have, but the more strains you have mean that there are more places where this quorum or colony of gut bugs could work to your advantage. So if there are issues with excessive stress, we don't want to have too much stress or concerns about perception about our mental environment to start to wear down other parts of our body, like immunity. So you may be surprised to find out that stress can turn on virulence factors, or can turn on things that can start to work against our immunity. So the gut bugs can work together, especially when there are multiple strains of gut bugs. They can start to work together to build a defense. That defense then can turn on other factors of virulence to kill microbes, to kill bacteria that are not behaving properly, even viruses. So your gut biome, because of the probiotics or the gut bugs that we are trying to potentiate with probiotic supplementation, can start to fight infection when they are either taken in large enough amounts or, more importantly, larger or more diverse strains. There tends to be a myth when it comes to probiotic supplementation about the larger number, the better. And while that is okay to support an acute need, when we want overall health, we want to make sure that we have more diverse strains. Greater than 5 is what is considered important for an adult. And that brings up an important point about probiotics that I think everybody should know, is that there are different strains for different decades of life. Infants are born with a sterile gut, and this is why breastfeeding is so important for their immunity. As they grow into toddlers and grow into children, we find that the strains will vary in the child's gut from prenatal to infant to toddler, and then to children. We'll see different strains, and we see a variation of about 5 strains that are very prolific in these individuals. The neonate, or the new baby, will need more of what are called FOS and GOS type strains. These are more functional symbiotic or prebiotic type strains that allow the gut to build up its immunity. So think of things, when you see the word GOS, or the initials FOS, these are the things that are really good for guts that need to be repaired, or they're brand new guts like we see in infants. And then we start to see some of the prebiotic benefits of the lactobacillus strains be very beneficial in children as well as adults. But as you grow into more adult years, we want to look for some strains that are called Bacteroides. The Bacteroides strains are the heavy lifters. They're the ones that are doing a lot of the grunt work when it comes to immunity, when it comes to getting rid of bad gut bugs, or dealing with immune function. And then we look at, in the adult years, the combination of acidophilus strains, of spirogene strains, of the Bacteroides strains, to support cardiovascular health, not just bowel health, to support whittling the waist and even sleep health, or mood and energy, or mind and energy for some people. The more diverse your strains, the more areas that probiotics can work in and protect the body. In general, greater than 5 strains is good for an adult. 10 to 15 strains can be very beneficial in an adult, but as long as you have a product that works in, that has not just multiple strains, but multiple genus, not just species, like the Bacteroides as well as the Lactobacillus, looking at spirogenes and the like, that's when you're really going to find a powerful probiotic for you. By looking or measuring, or by combining things like fiber, functional starches, and this may be a potato starch, it may be a corn starch, it may be chicory root or inulin. These are all what are called functional starches, and they are branched enough to be able to support healthy fodder or fermentation for the gut, so that gut bugs, good ones, in particular the ones that do the heavy lifting like the Bacteroides, can then eat these functional starches and not just support energy throughout your day, but their longevity and their ability to build up immunity, making sure that that biofilm we referred to doesn't look like this, where it may be leaky, but is really bound together strong, just like that. That's what you're looking for in a supplement. That's what you're looking for in a probiotic blend. That's what you're looking for overall well-being. My name is Dr. Deedra Mason. I'm the Director of Clinical Education and Research for Market America and our professional division, nutraMetrix Custom Health Solution. It was my pleasure coming to you today for a quick blip on Wellness Wednesdays.